why money management matters and why it should be taught from an early age. Let me start with something very real. When you don't manage your money properly, life slowly starts slipping out of your control, and you don't always notice it right away. I know this because I've lived it. There was a time when I didn't track my spending at all. I'd buy things just because I could in the moment, telling myself I deserved it or that I'd deal with it later. And before I knew it, I was stressed, constantly worried about money, and working more hours than I wanted just to stay afloat. Poor money management leads to debt. And debt isn't just about owing money, it's about owing time. You wake up knowing you have to work, not because you want to, but because you're trying to catch up. That lack of control slowly kills motivation and discipline. It pushes you into a cycle of consumerism, where buying things becomes a way to cope, not a way to improve your life. You end up with more stuff, but less peace of mind. What hit me hardest was realizing how much freedom I had lost. I couldn't take risks. I couldn't slow down. Every decision was shaped by whether I could afford it, not whether it aligned with my values. That's when I understood something important. Money management isn't about restriction, it's about freedom. When you start managing your money wisely, you begin thinking ahead instead of reacting. You stop spending emotionally and start spending intentionally. You plan future expenses instead of being surprised by them. You ask yourself, is this helping my long-term life, rather than, do I want this right now? And just as important as spending wisely is understanding the value of earning more. Good money management doesn't mean staying small, it means creating stability so you can grow. When you combine disciplined spending with the ability to increase your income, money becomes less stressful and more supportive of the life you want to build. This is exactly why money management should be taught from an early age. If healthy financial habits are introduced early, people grow up with a completely different mindset around money. They learn patience, they learn responsibility, they understand that money is a tool, not something to fear or abuse. Instead of chasing instant gratification, they learn to delay pleasure for long-term gain. When someone learns money management early, they're far less likely to fall into common financial traps, high-interest debt, impulse buying, living beyond their means. They develop confidence in handling their finances, which spills over into other areas of life. They become more disciplined, more focused, and more intentional. Good money habits create structure, and structure creates confidence. Once I started managing my money better, I noticed changes far beyond my bank account. I became more organized with my time. I felt calmer mentally. I made better decisions overall. When you're not constantly worried about money, your mind is clearer. You can focus on growth instead of survival. Better money management also means freedom. Freedom from unnecessary debt. Freedom from jobs you hate just to pay bills. Freedom to make choices based on what you value, not what you owe. And over time, it opens the door to something even bigger, building generational wealth. Not just passing on money, but passing on knowledge, discipline, and opportunity to future generations. So what does healthy money management actually look like in daily life? It starts with simple habits, spending intentionally instead of emotionally, tracking your expenses so you know where your money goes, planning future purchases instead of reacting to them, living below your means no matter how much you earn, avoiding unnecessary debt and understanding the cost of borrowing, consistently saving even if it's a small amount, and investing in skills and opportunities that increase your earning potential. None of these habits are extreme, but together they create a foundation for a better life. Money management isn't about being perfect, it's about being aware. It's about choosing long-term peace over short-term pleasure. And when you build that discipline, it strengthens every area of your life, your confidence, your mindset, and your sense of control. At the end of the day, wiser money spending habits lead to a better life. Less stress, more freedom, more options. And that's why money management matters, and why it should be taught early.